everybody, this is the Wikstrand. So, comedy. It is tragedy plus timing, essentially. Somebody always has to suffer when it comes to the art of comedy. So, the best way of doing it is probably to do something that is a little bit taboo, right in the middle of your, zany, insane comedy thing. And what is more taboo, essentially, than animal cruelty? They have that in this movie a lot. I thought they actually could have used even more animal cruelty to, wrap home that this movie is totally insane, bonkers, conkers badonkers, essentially. I actually would have liked this movie to have even more of the animal cruelty because it was so insane and because it was so over the top and because it was so cartoonish. And, Tom and Jerry has shown us that if done rightly, it can be a lot of fun. What's more fun is this movie, which has the very, very awesome title, Girls with Balls. Girls with Balls is essentially The Hills of Ice and Deliverance in France. Or it's shot in Spain, but don't mind about that. So we have a volleyball team of girls who has a broken down bus and then are being chased by people who hunts them for reasons. We will have the reasons later, and it is really, really, really dumb, but I let that one slide because this movie is so insane that I'm okay with it. And the rest of the movie is essentially them trying to get away from, the insanity and them also having some infighting. I didn't think that was really necessary for the plot, but okay, we'll go with it. So, this movie has a lot of cruel humor to it. This movie has a lot of insane humor to it. I like the characters. I also like the relationship, with the girls because it is borderline bullying. People are, fat shaming and slut shaming people left, right, center. But it is done in good spirit, and I actually think it isn't that much cruel. It is actually, just the way that the team communicates with each other. So I actually think that thing actually worked. There were a couple of occasions where the movie takes a break from its zany-ass action comedy horror thing to go more serious. I didn't think it worked as well as, they wanted to, but I could still kind of work with it. The thing is that if you want to have some great gore, if you want to have some great chasing, if you want to have some action sequences you didn't know really was gonna be here, they're here. I guarantee you that. And you're also really rooting for that this volleyball team will come out of this one alive, and that is really all you need for a movie like this. It is a very simple story, told in a very frantic pace. As I said, it has some very satisfying gore and has an excellent ending, a couple of really hilarious situations that I thought was really, really funny. There were moments in this movie where the characters essentially... hello. There were moments in this movie where the characters essentially, betrayed what their characters should have done and just went a little bit crazy. And, did things I thought, why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? Why is this girl doing this to this girl? Did I miss something? Considering how short this movie was, I probably missed something here or there. But in the end, I really didn't care that much what I missed. I didn't really care if some things didn't make too much sense or if some bits just was a little bit conkers badonkers. I thought this was a grand old time, and the fast-paced insanity that this movie was based upon was really, really fun. Is the movie perfect? No. But if you're looking for a good time of a bunch of people getting hunted down and fighting back, and we're having fun gore, and we're having colorful characters and a little bit of insanity, I'm all for it. This movie also features one of the all-time funniest sequences I've ever heard when, people with cell phones that are desperately trying to get a hold of somebody, and it ends in the most satisfyingly dumb way I've ever seen. Girls with Balls is a really fun story that has been told before in different ways, better ways, Not as good ways as this one, but I still think that this one was pretty damn fun. I don't know if the acting is really bad or the fact that they're speaking French, simply hiding the fact that I can't tell that if they're bad or not. But I really recommend this movie if you want to see a different version of, you know, the classical, you know, broken down vehicle and then being hunted by lunatics and stuff like that. Because of its short runtime, this movie never quite, you know, extends its welcome or anything like that. So it is always entertaining, even though the switching between serious, fun and horror doesn't always work to the movie's advantage. But I still think this is a fun, gory, survivalistic movie that I'm all for. And I also love the freaking ending. It was actually kind of fun. Girls with Balls gets 81 points. It is a fun, frantic, bloody, rambunctious little piece of a movie that knows exactly what it is, but also sometimes decides to do something else which doesn't quite work as well as it should have. But I like the characters, I like the side characters, I like how insane this movie is. The only thing I kind of think was a missed opportunity was the fact that I think that, you know, the guitar player who was kind of their narrator kind of a guy, I thought he was going to be more involved in this movie, but in the end he was kind of sidelined for a large portion of the movie and never really showed up again. So I wished he could have been a larger part of the movie, but what are you gonna do? It is a fun, French, weird movie that for some reason has a very, very bad ratings on IMDb, which I can understand because maybe they saw another movie than I did, but I think this movie is actually kind of cool. And just because you raving, deranged lunatics have guns and they only have volleyballs doesn't necessarily give them a disadvantage. That is a very, very silly thing, but this is a movie and I am willing to meet them halfway when it comes to that little point. So I'll see you next time for so-and-so reviewing, well, such and such. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much.